elevating life for those who showed the rest of us how to live. MorningStar Senior Living. Wisdom lives here. The voices of MorningStar.
I was born in Oglesby, Texas. Population 87. In fact, I was born on the kitchen table.
I had to go up and pick up my own switch, and she struck my little legs. And in those days, I wore short pants, so I felt that, and I remember that all my life.
But you know, back in that day, things were a lot different than they are now.
How so?
Well, I was taught by nuns in grade school, and they were very strict, very.
But all I remember is when he would put my feet on his feet, and he'd teach me to dance the waltz. And so that was the most pleasant memory. I can still feel my feet on his feet.
I was around 10, and our family took a trip to Pikes Peak. And we were up there having a wonderful time, and then lo and behold, I started running, and I couldn't stop. And my dad threw out his arm, I caught it, he whirled me around and saved me from going over the mountain. So what did I learn from that? Trust my dad.
We were both at the Nevada test site, and at the coffee pot, we met. I guess I don't know how long it was after that you asked me out.
Probably the same day.
Oh.
My husband, he was from Boston, a Yankee, and I met him in church, and he was winking at me, and my mother kept saying, "What a nice young man." She didn't know that he was winking in church.
We were in high school, and he was the football hero, and all of us girls were in love with him. I'm the one that won.
Yes.
No, in terms of what advice you would give to young couples starting out with marriage, I think the main thing would be just take it slow. There's a period of adjustment there. Don't feel so pushed that you have to have everything right now. But take your time and plan it and work together on it and see how it goes from there.
Make the decision. Love is really a decision. It's not just an emotional thing. So you have to think of that and keep that in mind and work through the difficult stages and just be open and honest with each other, be truthful, and work together.
I feel in my heart that the best way to live your life, especially with your children, is love unconditionally. And I think that's the secret to my life. That's what it's been. Having 3 children grow up, I swallowed a lot, but I loved them anyway.
But I'm setting a good example for all of them. And I think that means something. Because I know that I gave them the background. My 4, I gave the background to them. And that teaching is within them. And so I'm very proud of that. Very proud of that.
One day I decided, as I was reflecting on my life, to do a timeline of all the very difficult times in my life. And I was truly amazed when I put them down on a line and saw the dates and remembered the heartbreaks and the failures and those things. And then I realized, but there's so much good.
I think probably one of the things is take one day at a time. When things are tough or they're not going exactly the way you want, just take one day at a time. And then also, instead of emphasizing the negative, I think about some of the things that are working and that are good. And that will help you get through to wherever the next phase is.
Well, like all families, we had struggles. And remaining together, solving problems together is very important to us. And I think that helped our marriage of all these years.
My mother was very strong, I think. She was very strong. She was from Greece, and she became a widow at 38 with 2 young girls. So she was pretty strong. And I think I got a lot of my strength from her. And from my religion, I think that had a lot to do with it.
The hardest times were my mother's illness, I think. The first one was my mother's illness. And I got through that with prayer. It's amazing how I got through that.
Oh, I text. I do, and my kids are shocked. Their friends are shocked, actually, that I can text at 85 years of age. And I have a laptop. But I don't Facebook because I don't want everybody in the world to know what I'm doing.
I would say that as far as the technology is concerned, and we are tech savvy, I would say, and very much involved in computers, but neither one of us are involved in social media.
Take time for human beings. Don't keep your eyes and your focus on computers or smartphones. Look up and enjoy, look out. Enjoy the flowers, the trees, the beautiful snow.
Amor, fati. And it means love your fate. Love all of the things that you encounter in your life.
Living in the moment, not taking yourself too seriously, planning ahead, I think, is important. Making sure that you're thinking about your finances, in old age, and making sure that you're living your life today, which will protect and give you a good life when you're no longer working.
To not be so concerned about yourself that you forget the world around you, the people around you.
Have a little humor. For example, I like the poem, "Don't worry if your job is small and your rewards are very few. Remember that the mighty oak was once a nut like you."
For me, character is developed, first of all, and it's your foundation. And when I die, I hope my grandkids would say, well, here's a man whose character was developed by the Bible he carried with him.
Is having respect for others and knowing how to deal with situations with grace and love, being able to embrace each day and not look too far ahead.
And having fun doing it.
Yeah.
We really enjoy life. We're having a ball right now.
Yes.
MorningStar Senior Living. Wisdom lives here. Life is story. Pages of amazing adventure and narrow escapes. Bold steps taken, races run, chapters on love and hard lessons and new beginnings. Your life, your legacy, our privilege to serve. MorningStar Senior Living.